I actually said to someone the other day, when those thoughts in my mind come and I'm just thinking so negative, I look in that mirror and I say, you can shut the fuck up. For real.
I'm gonna try that shit.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. Because a part of you will be like, oh, you're an imposter. You're not
I have never told myself to shut the fuck
Tell
up.
yourself. And you're telling that inner voice.
Of course.
That hates you. There's one that hates you. And there's, of course, God in you who loves you. And that's the one you should be really leaning into. But you got to tell that bitch to shut the fuck up, because why are you saying this to me? I just woke up. I'll get your ass back in the bed, lazy ass. I just woke up. How am I lazy? You can shut the fuck up.
So I guess she says she's dealing with a lot of mental issues here. She's like 47, 48 years old, 50. She getting up there, and yeah, she just divorced that millionaire African guy, and she got that mansion, $7 million, $35,000 a month mortgage. She said she's 2 months behind. All right, she owed the bank 70 grand. She waiting on the check from Atlanta Hip Hop or Atlanta Housewives. She said when the check clears, she's gonna pay her bills.
Y'all live in fantasy land. I talked about this. The hypergamous nature is not just a talking point. It's not make believe. This is what we're experiencing. What's stopping her from gathering all of her liquidating what ain't liquid, and going and purchasing her a single or double wide prefab home outright, and being cool and get her a nice little Honda Accord, hybrids, fancy. What's stopping her? Her ego, her pride. What y'all think?
It doesn't fit her Instagram page look. That's why she's not gonna do that. It don't fit the algorithm.
Yeah, and then she kind of switched everything up, because now isn't she dating like a stud or whatever? So she went from dating, the different men and married to different men, and now she's taking the step study route or whatever, and it's not really working out. So if she doesn't figure it out, she is going to be, in the Honda or whatever. Just go back to what you know, Porsha, and because step study, it's clearly it's not working out for you.
Listen here, I'm trying to give y'all tips. If I see a sister driving a Civic Honda Accord, I assume that she got some sense about her. She's being more practical than trying to be flashy. Just a little tidbit.
Like, for real. And I swear to you, I don't know what the magic is, but it works.
It does.
It works. It was a lot of different things health-wise that I hadn't even thought about, because when you go to your primary doctor, they're just doing the random.
They're really not educated as they should be in perimenopause or menopause.
They're not. Sure. Overall, I didn't actually feel depressed. I just knew I couldn't move. Mm-hmm. And when I worked, I was only working and thinking about my bed. How can I get back to my bed? Like, literally, I swear to God, everything I did was to get right back home in my bed and shut that door. And I remember telling Dennis, my child's father, I remember crying to him in the car one day, and I said, I don't know what's going on. I said, but when I hug Pilar, I can't feel it.
So she got a baby daddy, like 2-3 ex-husbands that ain't her baby daddy. All these men. Right now, she's looking for sympathy, all right? And somebody to come pay them bills. One of you sympathetic ninjas that come through, say, you know what? I can build you up. I can take care of you. How much? $35,000 a month? That's it?
See?
Yeah, so that's her thing. So he stuck her with the house. He just walked away. So he said, all right, I'll put the little 20% down, whatever. He probably sunk over $1 million into it. But now he like, you know what? It's yours now. You wanted it so bad?
Yeah. How nice of him. Nice and pleasant of that brother to leave her this house. She should thank him and beg him for some help.
And I was like, oh no. I can't let that happen. Because I always talk about my life experience, but what's most important to me is Pilar's life experience. And as close as I am with my mother, and as much as I need her, I never want to not be here for her. So even though I don't know if I can put myself first for me, I can put myself first for her. And I can fight for me for her so that I can be here for her. And so after I admitted that to him, because you do have to end up saying it out
You
loud.
do. Sometimes that's the hardest part.
Yeah, it was hard to confide in him.
It's hard for you to say right now.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And him being my co-parent, I knew I needed to tell him because we are her keepers. And so I admitted it to him, and I finally admitted it to my mom, which was also hard because my family's a very strong family. Mostly in Black families, we don't admit things like this. We don't talk about it too much.
Yeah, when you're down, when you're down,
you know, it may be like, I was down last month, you know, but I'm back up. But like for me to like admit it in real time, it was tough. And like I said, it just didn't look like it. You could look anywhere in my life and you would not see that I was sad or depressed or anything, but it was there. And they found it. And so, like I said, I just went into heavy prayer. And I just really crawled and fought my way out of it. And I never, like I said, never got on the medication or anything like that. And I do feel much better. I do. I have a new therapist now. And I tell her the truth, you know, because I was like, these therapists, once I tell them, like, I told my sister, I said, every time I tell a therapist the truth, they tell me I'm depressed. So I'm like, I ain't gonna be telling them everything.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, the truth shall set you free. You know, if you tell them the truth, they like, you know what, this woman crazy as hell. We need to prescribe her some Skip-So-Tip-So medication. And she like, no, I'm gonna start lying to y'all. Well, what's the use of doing it? All right, it's like telling your husband you're going to the gym, but the whole time you sitting in Chick-fil-A parking lot for an hour, then you go home. Why lie? You ain't getting no results.
Most freaking egregious. And not getting results is also the reason why in the community, in the hood, we don't talk about serious issues, mental health issues, even discuss financial issues. Your cousin will ask you for $20 till Friday, but we don't discuss these things. And why? Because 99% of the time, at least my experience, and it sounds like Porsha's too, there's no one there to help. Why am I about to sit here and tell you what issues I got going on? What freaking advice or aid are you going to give me? If I tell you I'm having, I don't know, self-esteem issues, it's laughable saying that Ebony in the Black community, because they're like, you know, what the hell they gonna tell you? I'm having self-esteem issues or financial issues. Can you loan me, Uncle, $15,000 to make it through the year? And then I can, you know, come up with some kind of plan on the back end, something like that. No, ain't nobody got resources nor too much education.
Right. Yeah. And it just all goes back to, you know, putting on that facade. You know, I think things caught up with her and, you know, the money wasn't coming in like it used to or whatever. And shout out to her for at least going to seek the help and reaching out maybe to family and stuff. Because a lot of people, like you guys said, they don't say anything about it. And then they just kind of let those feelings and stuff eat them inside. So I'm glad that she is getting the proper, you know, treatment and care and stuff that she needs. And Porsha, just take this as a lesson and stuff. You kind of have to move different and maybe start living under your, you know, under your means so that this never happens again. It's okay to not keep up with the Joneses. It's okay if you need to, you know, to get that 4-bedroom instead of having that mansion on the whatever side of town or whatever. Do what works for you, especially if you're on your own and you're not married anymore or whatever. Just do what works for you and your daughter. Since it's all about her, then make the right choices for her to have the best life and not a facade for the internet or for TV.
I agree.
That'd be too much like right.
Yes. So she too far at the end of the road, but she still Glaze approved. I'll say that.
100, that's a shame. That's all you good for. Post, sister.
We got us the gun line.
Tell them about the gun line, boss.
We may not know which way to go. Oh Lord, see, this shit is gonna be dangerous. Some dark-winged duck shit. Let's get dangerous. I play the fool for the fool. Everybody plays the fool sometime, and no exception to the rule. Listen, baby, you hear me? I played the fool for a fool.
Shout out to you, Ebony. You said they can't downsize because it won't fit their IG persona. They better start doing what they call it, glamping. they better adopt the glamping lifestyle, glamorous camping. So, like I said, get you some kind of nice, fancy RV. Glamping, you downsize, sell your mansion, you can get the most expensive glamping stuff out there. You see that? And now everything paid for, and it's glamorous camping. So you still IG approved, even though you're living rough.
Yeah, or if that's such a problem, just log off of social media for a while you get things back on track. There's nothing wrong with that. And, you can come back however you come back, but just don't feel like people just don't feel that you have to keep up with what everyone else is doing. If you have to take a step back to move forward and to put your daughter first, maybe have the baby stay with the dad for a while until you figure some things out. That's okay too. But just trying to keep up with something that you don't really have anymore, that's not going to help anybody in the long run.
Yeah, she was talking about how nobody knew that she was depressed. I mean, she's always in a G-string. I mean, that was weird. I mean, she in the yard cutting grass at a G-string. I mean, she doing everything in a G-string on IG. I was like, something ain't right.
I didn't know that. She did not let it G-string. That's crazy.
G-string.
She'll be on OF pretty soon.